All right, I'm not even joking. This bike, the Powersurge that released today, might be the single best thing Rockstar ever added to GTA Online. I'm gonna go over why that is the case, but we're actually gonna hop into the newswire real quick, as we always do every Thursday. There was a new event week, and they gave us more information on a bunch of stuff, especially like when the snow is gonna be ending. Spoiler alert, it's gonna be in the game for the next 2 weeks. So if you like the snow, that's good news. If you don't like the snow, that's a little bit unlucky. But at the end of the video, we'll go over the Powersurge. I'll show you guys some comparisons as far as how it compares to other bikes. But dude, it is absolutely crazy. Like I thought I was legitimately cheating when I was just driving this around. That's how fast and crazy it felt. Plus, there's a dope picture from Rockstar here. But let's read through the newswire. Let's see what exactly is happening. Of course, there's some newswire gifts and stuff. So the Western Powersurge is now available. I know yesterday I said it might have been the Brigade, but that's, I guess we still have to wait for that. Either way, the Powersurge is available. There's also some rewards you can get for doing the Fooligan jobs, the jobs from Dax, the ones that unfortunately you have to wait like 50 minutes to do after you do one of them. But the actual rewards, you get some decent stuff. I think it is just these clothing items in this picture here. But if we scroll down, completing your first job will get you the ice vinyl and the ice vinyl cut jackets. If you do 10 of them, you'll get the black and white bigness ski masks. If you do 25 of them, you actually get the smoking jacket. And then anybody who purchases the equipment upgrade for the acid lab will get the yellow collar party shirt. So again, basically what you're seeing in this picture. Now, I don't know if this already takes into account the jobs you've already done. Maybe if anyone can figure that out and let us know, that'd be awesome. 25 jobs will take literally forever to complete because of the cooldown. So hopefully it's not 25 from today. Also, if you complete 3 jobs as an associate, you'll receive an additional 100K. So if you do want to help out a friend, I mean, hey, like we always say, free money is free money, so not terrible. The rest of the stuff, the New Year's gift, so they gave this out for Christmas, I believe, but they'll give it away again on New Year's. You get a bunch of stuff. The biggest thing, more than likely, if you don't have the firework launcher, obviously that's cool, but the beer hat, as well as, I guess you get some New Year's glasses, so kind of neat there. Now, as far as the snow and the events, the Gooch, the snowman outfits, the new gun, I made a video a couple of days ago on how to specifically get these, especially the gun, the new gun, how to get it almost 100% of the time. But these are limited and they are only in the game until January 11th. So that is actually when the snow is going to end, on the 11th. But all of these festive events are going to last through the 11th. So even if you haven't gotten the Gooch mask just yet, you still have a couple of weeks to get it. But yeah, you're still gonna have to grind that out if you want it, as well as the snowman outfit and the Weasel Plaza shootout to get the new pistol. So all that all the way through the 11th of January. As far as double money and everything this week, we have Ron's contact missions. You get some double money on those. The big one this week is the hangar business, the Smuggler's Run. I'm gonna make it a separate video on this either later today or tomorrow. You can literally get up to like $8 million per sale. I think that's the highest number ever in GTA Online, like per any business sale. These are going to have double money though. Of course, that is all week long. And then the adversary modes, you get double money on Drop Zone and I guess some races and stuff. And then as far as the discounts, taking a look, we have 30% off the hangar property. So if you don't actually own one, you can get it. I would definitely recommend getting one up in Fort Zancudo just because it allows you access. You don't have to get stars every time you go in. And then you also get 30% off all of these vehicles. Doesn't look like, I mean, the Dominator GTX is kind of cool. The Camacho, probably one of the best off-road vehicles, so that's a good one. And none of the other ones are that great, honestly. And here we actually have a pretty awesome little graphic just showcasing all of the vehicles that are on sale, so you can just get a better idea if you don't know the names of them. Again, though, none of them, maybe the Camacho is okay, but yeah, the other ones aren't. The Pyro is a decent one, I guess. You still have to spend a decent amount of money for it, but yeah, all the other ones I don't think are really that great, but those are the vehicles that are discounted. But that does wrap up the event week. Now, I want to talk about this new bike, the Powersurge. Probably, maybe not even probably, I think it is the best bike in GTA Online right now. Like, if you want one single bike to drive around, this is the bike you're going to want to drive. So, the Powersurge. Now, the first thing, we'll talk about the price. It is pretty expensive, and that's like the downside to it. It's not as expensive as like some of the other bikes Rockstar's put in the game. I know they've put a couple of bikes over 2 million. This one is only at 1.6, so not the best, not the worst. The problem with bikes in GTA Online is that you can get a handful of them that are really good for like $10,000. So getting one that is 1.6 million, you know, you got to sort of question, like, is it worth that much more? Yes, the answer is yes, 100% yes. So we'll take a look at some comparisons here really quick. We have the Powersurge at the top left. We have the Hakuchu Drag at the top right. We have the Baddie at the bottom left. That's one of the ones that's like 10,000. And then we have the Reaver, which I believe is one of the newer bikes at the bottom right. And the Powersurge just destroys all of them. We get up to like 130 something miles an hour. And this is just driving these bikes normally. I'm not doing any wheelies or I'm not like leaning forward. Some bikes that will affect the speed. Some bikes go faster when you wheelie. Some bikes go faster when you lean forward. I just figured I would just do a standard test. And this new bike, the Powersurge, destroys all of them. The first thing you'll notice if you actually buy this thing is that it is an electric bike. And maybe some people don't like that for whatever reason. It is very, very quiet. There's almost no noise when you drive it around, which could be a little weird. I'll give you that. You know, maybe you have to crank the radio when you're driving it just to have some noise, but it is very quiet. But because it is electric, the acceleration is crazy. You get up to some of those top speeds very quick, especially compared to a lot of the other bikes and even some of the other vehicles, other cars in the game. But that is not where this bike ends because it just does everything so well. Now, I want to mention I'm driving around obviously here in single player because at the moment in online there's still snow. So if you do buy this and you're driving around online and it's not handling and performing like you're seeing in the video, it's probably because of the snow. So unfortunately, if you do buy it, you might have to wait a couple of weeks until the snow is gone to truly take advantage of this thing. But driving it around on regular roads, it is just so much fun. We already talked about the speed and the acceleration. If you actually wheelie on this bike, and it's not too hard to wheelie, it's pretty easy actually, you can go even faster. I think we got it up to 155-ish miles an hour by wheeling. And you'll notice when we do wheelie, the bike just breaks the physics of the game. Like the bike is jumping all around. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of terrifying to drive around, honestly, when you are driving it that way. It does, of course, mean you can't handle it as well because you are just driving it on one wheel. So you have to be a little careful. This is probably only for like straightaways, especially like if you're on the interstate or something. Definitely pop a couple of wheelies, get the speed going. But some bikes you can't even wheelie. So like that's a plus. You can wheelie, go even faster. Another crazy part is the handling. The handling on this bike is nuts. I legitimately thought like I was cheating or something. Obviously I'm in online or I'm in single player and I am using cheats to like spawn it in, but it doesn't seem real. Like I'm driving at 120 something miles an hour, cutting a corner almost flawlessly without any trouble. Whether I was using the handbrake or just turning normally, this thing is great to handle. And it is great to go fast while driving around corners. That might be the biggest learning curve. I think I did crash like 1 or 2 times just because I was going slightly too fast. But once you get a hang of it, I don't think you're gonna have any trouble driving this thing around like the city or something like that where you're turning a lot. And with a lot of vehicles in this game, you either have speed and no handling or handling and no speed. This thing so far has everything. You have the speed, you have the handling, you have the ability to wheelie to go even faster. And speaking of wheeling, because it can wheelie so easily, one of the best parts about bikes in GTA Online is you can use them to just sort of get around very easily. Like if there's a little wall in your way, just pop a wheelie and you can get over really easily. Some bikes, that's almost impossible. Like the Hakuchu Drag, you know, you're kind of screwed if you're trying to get over a little wall. This one, pop a wheelie, boom. And the speed means you even go further when you jump over it. Overall, this Powersurge is nuts. It is hands down the best bike in the game, unless for whatever reason you need an engine sound. Like that's the only thing that you might say is a bad thing. I didn't mention customization, but I'll scroll through some of the customization. The beauty of this customization, it's nothing crazy, so don't expect anything crazy, but what Rockstar has sort of done here, you have a couple of different options as to what you want to do with your bike. If you want to make it all futuristic, there's a bunch of futuristic options. They look a little weird, but if you want that, go for it. If you do want to keep it more grounded, more realistic looking, more of like just a traditional bike, you have those options as well. Honestly, I think maybe the biggest downside to this bike is that the liveries aren't like the coolest. Like there's like one or two that are okay, but yeah, maybe that's another negative. The liveries aren't the best. But I'll actually put up some pictures from people in the community, and some of these pictures of this bike just look phenomenal. And it just goes to show what you can do, what you can make this bike look like. It not only looks great, it goes fast, it handles great, and you can pop wheelies. And the one thing I didn't mention, because it's a bike, of course, I mean, this is for every bike, you can call it instantly, no matter where you are, through the interaction menu if you are an MC. So yeah, if you want the best bike in the game, this is it. It's only 1.6 million. That's not the worst. I mean, obviously it is a lot of money, but I think 100% it would be worth it. So that's the event week. That is the new bike. Let us know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Thank you all for watching. Please drop the video a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe for more GTA content. And as always, I'll see you all in the next one.